D, am I right? Oh, shit! Welcome back to another video, guys. Hey, what's good, everybody? Balrog back with another one, and I just would like to say that if you like these videos that I'm doing, give me a like. Go ahead and comment down below. I really appreciate it, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it. Salodon versus Lazarus fight, the moment we've all been waiting for. Uh, I don't have too much to say about this fight, but this is how I'm going to break it down. We're going to watch the stand up part first, then I'm going to give my thoughts and breakdowns on it, and then we're going to watch the part when they go to the ground and they're grappling on the ground. And then once that part's over, I'm going to give my thoughts on that. Then the overall conclusion of the fight, I'm going to give my thoughts on that, then kind of wrap things up with my own thoughts. And so that's it with that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Shout outs to Street Beef for hosting this fight. Really love you guys. And shout outs to Snort Hogan for posting this. Let's start.
So after you fight, man, leave it at that. All right? Yeah, we got this. Protect yourselves at all times, man. No hitting behind the head, no knees to the head. Lift! Let's go! Oh! But the one that was doing the grooving is going to
So let's watch this in slow motion. All right. So immediately, right, we can see Salodon's coming in with horrible posture, right? Coming in flat-footed, leaning over, chin exposed, hands are down, right? This is already bad. And did I say Salo or Lazarus? I meant all that for Lazarus, excuse me. Now, Salodon, I noticed that he kind of had a Chuck Liddell Iceman sort of stance. And, I mean, I kind of like that. For someone like him, I think if he'd have been more aggressive in the stand-up, it could have definitely been the optimal way to approach Lazarus. But let's keep going, because I want y'all to see something. Okay, now he landed a decent low kick. He didn't really snap with the low kick as much as he should have, but I know he had hip surgery from a car accident, so I definitely cut all the slack in the world for that. But if you're gonna throw a low kick, you want to really turn your body into it. Let's keep going.
But the one that was doing the grooving.
Okay, it's a lot of back and forth going here. Okay, so a couple things going on here. Alright, so it's clear as day. From this first interaction right here, you can easily see that Lazarus does not know how to fight. He is throwing punches not planted at all. So he's throwing punches, but his feet aren't really planted at all. So he's not really getting any sort of leverage on his punches, nor is he getting any real balance when he's throwing his punches. So there's no real power. These are all arm swings, and there's nothing really to be afraid of. He trips over his own feet, which shows a lack of coordination and just a lack of discipline as well. Now, this fight's about to go to the ground portion. I'm getting ready to put the speed back on normal. But I would like to just say that so far, I feel like Lazarus is really fighting himself. Salo is just kind of in the ring, but Lazarus is really fighting himself. Let's go ahead, put this speed back on, and keep going. Let's go.
Nope. Action will stand you. Oh, action. Yeah, you guys gotta work. Everybody. Grab my shirt! Don't grab my clothes! Work!
Elbow!
I don't want to do that. I don't like that.
Watch your fingers!
like
Elbow!
fighting, guys. Come on, let's fight.
Elbows aren't allowed!
I know, but I don't like to do that. You don't do it to him, he's going to do it to you. Fight.
We don't have luck here, man. And,
What you got, Jay?
Don't grab in the cage. Don't hold in the cage.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so we got a lot to break down here. All right, guys, let's check it out in slow motion. So, not a lot going on right here, but I do want to give a comment on the awkward position that Lazarus is in, because he's not really firmly sat on the ground, and he should be standing if he wants to do a headlock like this. He should be standing, or at the very least, he should be on his back where he can get the leverage on his opponent. But instead, he's really in an awkward position, and it's forcing a lot of tension and weight on his back, on his right leg, because it's hanging in the back. And so this can't be comfortable at all for Lazarus. And all that weight that Sal's putting on top of him is just adding to that.
Action will stand you. Oh.
Now, this is something smart that Salo did. This is actually really smart. He sees this, what I'm pointing out, and he puts his hand on his leg to basically trap him. At least that's what I'm getting from this. It looked like he put his hand on his leg to keep him trapped.
Alright.
Now, I just want to say that Salo showed a lot of control there. You know, he's definitely calm. Unlike Lazarus, he's definitely calm because he picked his shot at the right time. It was a good thudding shot, too. And then as soon as he saw Lazarus's leg start to get in the way, instead of continuing to fire off and risk a hand injury, he moved his leg out the way and then landed another shot, which forced Lazarus to open up. So I just want to say that this was a really good display of composure from Salo. God damn it, phone, shut up. Anyway, let's keep going. If you've never been in this position before right here, the person on top, I know you might be thinking that the person on top is in the dominating position, but with those legs wrapped around your back, you can't move freely and you're forced to be hunched over the entire time, which can exert you because now you're uncomfortable, and now any single time you try to move, it's going to be hard for you to do so. And so you're fighting against somebody's legs, right, to try to get some sort of action off, and you can't. And the whole time, Salo's doing a really good job of controlling him from the bottom. And so in an optimal position like this, it'd have been smart if Lazarus kind of put his hands on his chest like this and then quickly went for an elbow. That's what I'd have done. I'd have kept my arm, pow, right to his jaw, pow, right to his jaw, pow, right to his jaw. But he didn't do that because, this is a lack of experience right there. And I guess, Lazarus has shown a little heart, a little bit of integrity, and said that he doesn't want to elbow him. At least that's what it sounds like it came from him. So shout outs to Lazarus for showing some compassion, because I don't want for the elbow. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anyways. See, right there is opportunity right there. But then I also see an opportunity for Salo to punch upwards. I mean, instead of worrying about that elbow, the gates right there, that'd have been the perfect time to just hook him right at the top of his head, right at the top of his noggin. Let's keep going.
I got it. Grab my shirt. Don't grab it. Oh, War!
Elbow!
I don't want to do that. I don't like that. Watch your fingers.
Elbow!
Fighting, guys. Fight.
Yo!
Elbows are allowed.
So I just want to say something right here. So the fact that he's continuing to respond to the person in the ring with them, and it sounds like somebody outside the ring, that might have been Scarface, shows two things. One, a lack of composure, and two, a lack of discipline. Clearly he hasn't trained, and it shows, because you're not normally supposed to respond to people outside of the ring, or officials in the ring. And he definitely doesn't have the heart and the mental fortitude to handle these tense situations. Maybe he's been in a few street scraps, but this is different. Now he's in a gym. Now he's surrounded by an audience that wants to see him perform. And if they know anything about Lazarus that we know about Lazarus, is that he's a big shit talker. So let's keep it going.
Ow! I know, but I don't like to do that.
You don't do it to him, he's gonna do it to you. Fight.
You don't have a long hair, man.
What you got, Jay?
Don't grab in the cage. Don't hold in the cage.
Now, instead of holding on for dear life, I think that would have been a good time for Lazarus to fire off on him. You see the way his arm is. That could lead you open for an elbow. Just because somebody's arm's like this, you may think you got him, but they can always come back over with an elbow strike themselves. But there's a lot of missed opportunities, I gotta say, from Lazarus. And shouts out to Salo. I don't want to say Salo. Salo for being composed. Did a really good job of staying in the fight.
That was
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I see Salo tapping that, but he may be tapping because Lazarus is tapping. Because those gloves were black. But I'm pretty sure it's because Lazarus was probably tapping. I don't believe for a second that Salo was trying to give up.
Party was not so good.
You have a medical condition that would make this dangerous for you?
So slightly, but it's not. I'm good.
What? You said you had a heart transplant?
No, injury, concussion.
Okay.
How long ago?
That's the crowd favorite. I thought I was the crowd favorite, but the crowd gave it to him.
30 seconds.
Can I have some water?
Water.
Hey, hand me one of them waters, somebody.
H2O.
If you had a heart condition, why didn't you say something about this before? You know, you drove all the way out there to Virginia to the new location, which was like, I don't know how many miles away from the original location, but you had to drive out to the new location. You've been promoting this fight for like weeks now. So you've been drumming up all of this hype, talking all this mess to get here and to underperform, you know? So this isn't gonna look good for you for your future on the internet. I don't know if you were ever really a low-cal before. I think if anything, you were like low-cal adjacent, but I think now you might officially be a low-cal, but I don't know. But it's like I said in that Discord call, if I were you, I'd have just fought to the death. I'd have just fought to the death, because at the end of the day, bro, you talked way too much mess, far more mess than the average person talks, to just quit. You know what I'm saying? To quit. But let's keep going.
Thank you. Hey, I didn't bring the shirt back. My bad.
And this has got to be really disappointing for Lazarus, you know, because, you know, I'm sure he didn't want the victory to come this way. You know, he's been training, I'm sure. He looks like he's in really good shape right here. I'm sure he's been training. He's been doing everything he can to make sure he's prepared for this fight. And for it to go this way, it's such a hollow victory. This isn't the victory I think anybody ever wants, except someone like Daly. Daly likes hollow victories. This is why he cheers when he beats the worst of the worst. You know, when people rage quit on him. So for a real person, for a real man, we don't want victories like this. So shout outs to Salo. I like the way you composed yourself. You fought well. I know you didn't get a chance to really fight to your heart's content, but I'm glad that you stayed in the fight. You didn't give up.
To the street. Here.
School's out. School's out. Round 2. Rock and roll.
If I don't win the second round, I'll give up my heart.
Round 2. No, you don't.
If he got a concussion, I was Miss America last year.
I think he drinks alcohol.
Hey yo, shout outs to Shane's son for the drip. I like the shirt. You should maybe you know, sell me one. Just saying.
So what's this whole piece of time?
He's best friend.
I'm gonna need that in a quadruple X.
This guy's mentioned twice, and we've tried to backtrack and saying he has a heart issue. He wants to continue. I can't let him. I can't let him. Okay? So I need to make it clear to you, because he's trying to push the fight. I cannot let him. If he's got a fucking heart condition and he dies in my cage, me knowing he's got a heart condition, then I'm in some shit. So I understand y'all got a serious beef. It sucks that you didn't get to finish it. But he should have told me about this from the gate. I would have never even brought y'all here. I know you probably haven't gotten it out of your system, but hopefully maybe we can mediate and talk and try to resolve it. If you want to get another fight, I got you. But I just cannot let this guy continue.
Shout outs to Scarface for not being a degenerate, because I might have let that fight go. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout outs to Scarface for being a good example. You know, also having composure. Because I don't know, man. I'd have let that fight go until one of them was knocked out. Anyways, let's keep going.
Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. Something about my heart don't feel right, so.
He wins. So listen, we're gonna get you to your first low tier. I mean, you earned it. You earned the win. Let me say this, guys. I know this was some serious shit. This was serious. And now I have to stop the fight early, and it's probably going to still linger. But if you go back to talking to him, you're not you're defeating your purpose. Okay? You acknowledge he's got the win.
Yeah.
So you're not going to talk to him.
No, man. It's all smart. His endurance outlasted me. Man, I acknowledge that I couldn't win the second round without a problem.
Well,
Sorry, I apologize.
You know what? There is something I wanted to say. Something I was thinking about after the fight was over and I got through talking to some people. I really just thought to myself, you know, I gotta give Lazarus credit for one thing. He did something that Dale has never done, and that's put himself on the line. He has never truly ever put anything on the line, not even himself. Dale is a coward as cowards come. He's about as much of a coward as you can be. You know, Lazarus, even though, you know, I gotta say it's kind of pathetic how you talked all that mess just to kind of like stop the fight. At least you put it on the line, because now your reputation is gonna be in shambles. And I did not want that for you. I really didn't. I was hoping that the end of this fight would have resulted in us having respect for you. And us having you realize, us telling you and having you realize that Dale One and the Covenant don't deserve you, because you're the only one out of all of them that's willing to show his face, put it on the line, and really just show your heart where it matters. But you gave up, but you put it on the line. So I'm mixed. I feel mixed. I'm disappointed in you, but I got a little respect for you too now. It's weird. It's a weird mixture. I don't see how those two things go together, but right now that's how I'm feeling. Let's keep going.
Just shake hands and say you're not going to kill each other. I say you're not going to kill each other. No, man, we're going to do that. Can you stop talking? No, it's good for you. So that's
Lazarus is definitely displaying a humble attitude in defeat. Something that I don't think I've ever seen him do ever in life is display this level of humility. You know, we've seen like decent sides of Lazarus before. He's posted a few innocent videos in the past, and when, you know, Gucci Daz passed away, he gave a nice sending off for Gucci Daz, and so credit to due. We have seen the other side of Ray, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I feel like this level of humility here only comes from a very crushing and embarrassing defeat. You know, and I'll be honest with you, man, he looks decent. Other than that huge beer belly he has, he looks all right. But I hope he doesn't take this loss so bad that he spirals out of control in his personal life and he ends up doing something stupid there. Let's keep going.
Yep.
you're a winner.
It was in my
I'll admit it.
Hey,
Say something to the person that you originally had a beef with.
stepson's doing it.
Yeah, Wilson, you're a bigger coward than that.
I had regular violence and stuff, like poisoning. And I'm going to get that straight to the medical team before I come back. But it was a hell of a good round. And I had fun, although I did admit that I had to use my endurance. Look, we love you.
And that's where it ends. At this point, the guy streaming says we're going to take a break, and then he comes back and resumes the event. I just want to give my final thoughts. Shout out to Salah. I know this is a hollow victory for you. This isn't the way you wanted it to go. I know you really wanted to earn it, and it doesn't probably feel very earned for you, but shout outs to you for staying in the fight and showing heart where it counts and not giving up when things got tough. Lazarus, to you, Ray Lazarus, I hope when the dust settles and the nerves of this fight are gone and you're able to move forward and not dwell on this so much. I really hope you don't do anything crazy in your personal life. You know, I hope you don't take this loss too hard to where it affects your relationships and people you got around you in your personal life, because a crushing defeat like this has done a tremendous amount of damage to people's personal lives, you know? And this was a pretty hard loss for you. Just to go ahead and put it bluntly, this was a pretty significant loss for you, you know? And I do think that there's some lessons to be learned from this, you know? Number one, just like I say about Delawan in my critique videos of him, you know, you got to be prepared for stuff like this. So I hope after this, you join a gym and you stay consistent in that gym, whether it be boxing or mixed martial arts. Maybe you do traditional martial arts. But from this point forward, I hope you really, when you look back at this in your mind or in the video, take a good look at yourself and you realize that, A, you're not as tough as you think you are. You're not as dangerous. That's most important. You're not as tough or dangerous as you think you are. And you're out of shape. And you lack heart, not trying to be mean, not just physically, but, you know, mentally. You know, your fortitude, you lack it. And I hope instead of trying to do something dangerous to try to prove something to yourself, that you come to grips with your performance here. And you realize that this should be the beginning of a change. This should be the beginning of a new Lazarus. Because, you know, in fact, let me just say this. I hope that's what happens here. I hope that you take a good, long, hard look in the mirror. You realize the errors of your ways. And you move forward in a productive manner. And damn it, if you do that, man, just like I always give people credit where credit is due, I'm sure not only just myself, but a lot of people within the capital I movement will give you that as well, you know. But yeah, this was sad. This was disappointing for a lot of people, especially Sallow, I know. I gotta say, I'm glad I got hustled by those Habibs, you know, because if I didn't, I'd have been in the audience pissed off. But shout outs to Sallow. Congratulations, man. Big salute. Shout outs to you, Lazarus, for making the drive twice, because you went to the original location and you had to drive to the new location, and you showed up, and what fighting you did do, you tried. And so even though you gave up, I give you not a big salute, but a salute. Yeah. Damn. Just damn. So, alright guys, this has been Covenant Balrog. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.